Hi, welcome back to the next move with Valetax. My name is Innocent Ifere Rion, market analyst and trading content specialist here at Valetax. And as always, we're going to be sharing trade ideas, market analyses, and fundamental outlooks that could be affecting or influencing the direction of the mentioned pairs for the week. But before we get started for the week, let's do a quick recap of the trade ideas from last week on EURUSD and XAUUSD. On the XAUUSD last week, we were expecting to see a possible continuation of the buys from the 4,000 levels to head to the neckline of the double top that was created on the 4-hourly time frame to get a continuation of the sells, but prices decided to continue selling until we hit a key level at 3,890 levels, where prices have decided to take a hold for. And for the EURUSD, an expectation for the continuation of the sells was expected, and that happened last week, and we saw prices get to the 1.15500 levels as expected, amongst other levels as the 1.14, 1.13, and possibly 1.12 that is expected. Moving forward for the week, we are going to be sharing trade ideas on the EURUSD, XAUUSD, and the GBPJPY. For the XAUUSD this week, we see those buys that started from the level of the 3,890 areas pushing upwards. If we see prices close above the 4,050 levels, key area, we might see a continuation of those buys to target the previous neckline as speculated last week at the 4,220, 4,250 levels before any continuation of the sells to the downside. But if prices does close below the 4,880 levels, we might see prices start to sell off and head to the 3,500 levels for a full correction on the XAUUSD. For the EURUSD this week, we see prices last week finally taking out the liquidity, resting at the 1.15400 levels, with prices looking to do a simple bullish correction before a continuation of the sells to target lower level to finally fill the fair value gaps at the 1.14500, 1.14300 levels for the EURUSD, and possibly we might see speculated levels finally get fulfilled at the 1.13 and long term the 1.12 ahead of the month of November. And for the GBPJPY ahead of the week, failure to close above the 203.300 levels could possibly send the GBPJPY to the downside to target levels such as the 200.500 levels or the 200.0 levels. Why this is because we see an amazing fair value gap just resting below at that area, and prices might want to fill that fair value gap before moving to the upside. But if prices do sit and close above the 203.500 levels, then we might see a strong bullish continuation on the GBPJPY. And we know the technical analysis alone isn't just the only confluence you need, so we always pair them with fundamentals for you. Talking about fundamentals, here are the possible high impact news to pay attention to for the week. We have the ISM manufacturing PMI for the USD on Monday, and on Thursday we have the monetary policy statement for the Bank of England. On Friday we have the NFP, because it's the start of the month. We have the NFP on Friday, we have the core PCE and unemployment rate for the USD, but the news on the USD would be tentative due to the government shutdown currently in the US. And the summary for this week's trade idea is a possible buy for the XAUUSD if we close above the 4,050 levels, and the continuation of the sells if we break below the 3,990 levels. For the EURUSD, we expect to see a continuation of the sells, a possible short-term buys before the sells continue. And remember, this is only but a trade idea, not a trading signal, with no guarantee for success. So always do your own research and apply risk management to every trade that you take. And until next time, I'll see you same time, same place on the next move with Wallet.